Good morning. Before we get started, please like and subscribe. Please share my channel. Please comment whether you agree with me or not. I'm going to get started. I'm up here on the roof. I had to park on the roof because they are once again doing maintenance on my parking garage, which we have to move around when they do that. We park in different levels. I'm a creature of habit, so I like to park in the same spot. It helps me remember where I am, but I remember today. So I'm starting in the parking garage today just because I'm not running late, but I want to take my time. I want to take it nice and easy today. I was sick the last couple days, and it was weird. I don't like being sick. I don't think anybody does. But I really don't even know what it was. I just know that I woke up feeling nauseated. Didn't get completely sick in my stomach, but I did take some stuff that helped. So I brought that with me just in case. And then I was really weak, just weak. And someone mentioned to stay hydrated, which I was trying to do. It was really hard to stay hydrated because every time I tried to drink liquid, I didn't want liquid. I didn't want to eat or drink anything. I just didn't feel like I could. And it was really weird. But, you know, one of the things I did want to share this morning, I mean, just because of feeling sick, I think I've done a video on this before. You know, manifesting and all the things about creating a life that you want, creating your dreams, all those things. You know, a lot of people will say that every single thing that happens to you, you've created. And I wanted to kind of address that a little bit this morning. I don't believe that every single thing in this life, everything that happens is created by me. I don't think that we create everything. Somebody had asked a question on a Neville Goddard site. It was really sad. His neighbor, his elderly neighbor, was attacked in her own home. Really sweet lady. And he wanted to know how she manifested that. Why did she manifest that? And I thought, really, did she manifest being attacked? He basically said, you know, she's the sweetest lady you'd ever want to meet. I don't know if I can go here or not. Okay. He said she's the sweetest lady you'd ever want to meet. She's never hurt anybody. She's, you know, she's all kinds of friendly and kind to people and has a really great attitude. He couldn't understand why she manifested a violent attack on herself. And people started to speculate. Well, maybe she had some kind of negative subconscious internal dialogue going on that she wasn't even aware of. Or maybe she had, you know, been depressed, or maybe she had, you know, all these things that they're trying to come up with how she caused this. And that is one thing that I really wanted to address. That yes, I do believe we have, I do believe that there is something to our thoughts, our feelings, what we put in, you know, what's input is output, garbage in, garbage out. I believe that when we are positive in our lives, we attract more positivity. And I do believe that when we start to get really negative and down, we can bring on, you know, more upsetting and depressing scenarios in our lives. And they just kind of we start to see those more. I've done videos on that about how it's kind of like what we're subconsciously looking for. I mean, if I'm always down and thinking the world is a bad place, I'm going to be looking for more bad than I am good. The good is always there. The good is always a possibility. But if I'm always thinking everything's bad, I'm going to be zeroed in on the bad things more than the good things. And the other way around. If I'm always thinking everything is cheerful and everything is wonderful and everything is good, then I'm going to be zeroing in on fewer negative things. And I will see more of the positives. The negatives and the positives are always there. All the possibilities exist. It's not that we make them exist. It's what we end up zeroing in on. What we connect with. What we resonate with. What comes into our view out of all of the possibilities. So that's how I see manifestation. But when something horrible like that happens out of the blue that you would never expect, that's where I kind of draw the line in thinking that she created that. If anyone here has any kind of experience with that, I mean, if you're sleeping in the middle of the night and you're having a wonderful life and your life is great and everything is going well and you have nothing but positive thoughts and your life is just a magical, wonderful place that you're having the best life, and suddenly say an arsonist comes along or something electrical happens and your house catches on fire out of the random blue. Did you produce that? Did you do that? Did you make that happen in some way? I don't believe so. I don't think that. Even if say that you're, having a great life and you start watching scary movies or you start watching crime shows or you start filling yourself with negativity, I don't know, can things get into your subconscious to the point where they can create some kind of a subconscious scenario that ends up surfacing? See, these are things that I still have questions about. And, the fact that I was sick, I was actually having a really good time. I had a really good weekend. I did everything I wanted to do. I've gotten a lot of things done. I'm really starting to get excited about what's ahead, and things that are going on in my life. And all of a sudden, I woke up. I was sleeping. I went to bed happy, and I was sleeping. And then I didn't feel well when I woke up, and I was really weak. And I thought, what the heck? How did that happen? And I think that if we try to dig too deep into it, almost gets to be like a control. I don't think manifesting has anything to do with control, and I've done videos on this before. I don't believe we control it consciously. I believe it is just our world as it is, and we are experiencing it, and some things happen based on what's in us, and some things happen based on external things, and as things happen, we're given opportunities to respond. So I responded. At first I was really going to try to get into the office because it was a day that I would not have chosen to take a day off. It was rainy and cloudy and foggy and ugly outside. It wasn't a day that I would have even wanted to be off. I just couldn't stop sleeping. I didn't want to sleep all day. I wanted to get up and go to work. I had no reason to not want to be at work. But there I was, and I just, as soon as I thought, okay, I've got to get my keys, was walking myself through it, open the door, go downstairs, find my car in the parking garage, get in my car, drive. I just couldn't even imagine it at that point. I couldn't even imagine getting to the parking garage. And so I called in, and I don't like to call in. I don't like that. But I went back to bed. I drank some water. I went back to bed. Woke up feeling sick again. And I didn't try to overthink why. Why is this happening? I just said to myself, okay, well, I don't know what it is, but I'm not feeling well, and I need to take care of myself. I didn't let negative thoughts overwhelm me. I didn't overthink it. And I think this is one of the tests of life. Sometimes things just happen, and they make no sense. And we have to just deal with it. And it's not a matter of why did it happen. It's a matter of how am I dealing with it. So I said to myself, I'm going to take care of myself, which is what you need to do when you're sick, hopefully. I'm going to take care of myself, and when I feel better, I'll go in. And I got a message from my manager. I actually took 2 days off because the first day I slept literally all day, and the second day I was so weak just from not eating. And I had some fluids, but probably not enough. And I just didn't feel up to going in a second day. I thought I should rest and eat. Today should be the day that I make sure that I can eat and get some strength back. And then I got a text from my manager that said, if you're going to take off another day, I hope you feel better. But if you take off another day, you need a doctor's note. And I thought to myself, which would I prefer? Dragging myself into the office to work, or dragging myself to the doctor's, which is across the bridge in the same place. I figured if I'm going to drive my car and go to the doctor, I may as well peel myself up and get into the office, because there was just no way I was going to go to the doctor and just not stop by the office. It didn't make any sense. Drive all the way over there just to get a note that says I couldn't drive over there. It just made no sense. So once again, I ate a little bit of soup. I drank a lot more water. I took my nausea meds, and I slept again for about 12 hours and got up this morning and thought, okay, I have to do it today. I have to. I don't have a choice. So for me, this was a lesson in not trying to assign a reason for why. Why did I get sick? I don't know. Because there was a flu bug or a germ or something. I was out in public this weekend. Maybe I caught something. Maybe, I don't know. I just did. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with I just did. And that's the way it is. And the next question, and I didn't even ask that question, why did I get sick? I just got sick. And this is how it happened. This is what happened, and okay. Now what am I going to do about it? How am I going to deal with it? I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to do what I need to do. I was able to somehow get up and feed my cat. I even changed his water and scooped his litter, which that took everything I had in me, especially the first day. It took everything I had in me just to change my cat's water and get him some food. But I did. And I remember when I was a single mom and I had the flu and there was nobody there to take care of me other than me. I sent my son off to school. I got up in the morning and I got him ready for school, and I sent him off to school. And I just zonked out in bed until it was time for him to come home. I took care of my son. I took care of my son when I was really, really, really sick, because I had to. You don't just stop taking care of your children when you're sick. And now I don't have kids, but I have a cat and a job. So sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, I did what I had to do. And what it helped me with are two things. Number one, I can do what I have to do, no matter what. No matter what, I will do what I have to do. Now, do I want to put myself through torture and go in for 8 hours and talk to people on the phone while they're yelling at me? Not really, not while I'm sick. I think that's a choice that I needed to make, to not do that to myself. That wouldn't be taking care of myself. But do I need to feed my cat and take the trash out and get his water? Yes, I do. I have to get up and go to the bathroom. Those are things I have to do. So no matter how horrible I was feeling, I peeled myself up and I did what I had to do. And then today, here I am. I'm driving in. Do I feel 100%? No. Do I feel well enough to come in? Kind of. Pretty. I feel more, I have more energy since I ate something. Can't say I'm feeling what you would call well, but I feel well enough. Obviously, I was able to get in my car and drive, and I feel well enough to get in here. And I had to. Now, would I have preferred to spend another day in bed? Probably, but I don't think I would have needed a whole entire day to sleep. Maybe to rest, but I wouldn't have slept through this entire day. I would have been up at least. But I'm here because I need to be. And sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And sometimes life just hands you things to see how you're going to deal with it. What am I made of? This is a good lesson in what am I made of? Am I made of quitter and give it up and just don't? Some people, say I don't want to do adulting. I hate adulting. Sometimes I do hate adulting, but we adult. And so, anyway, I just wanted to bring this up because this whole video about me being sick, but what it really comes down to is when things happen that you have no idea why, when negative things happen and you have no idea where it came from, why it happened, what's going on, what's the deal, what's this supposed to mean, what's it supposed to teach me. I think the best thing to know is that sometimes things just are, in the whole world of manifestation and being in the spirit and living this life and doing what we do every day. I think that sometimes things just are, and it's not so much why are they, it's what now. What do I do with it? This was given to me. This was thrown at me. This was tossed at me for no apparent reason. And what do I do with it? What do I do? And how do I keep my attitude? I did think a couple of things through this whole sickness. Since I was in bed, I was sleeping for the most part, but when I woke up, I had some time to think. And I did think a little bit about, how can I move forward from here? Am I going to be all depressed and upset? Missed a couple of days of work. I don't even know if I have to take personal time off or if it's going to be unpaid. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just not going to worry about it because everything will work out. Everything will move on. And I did learn that the things that I look at, the people who I talk to, the subjects that I talk about, things that are input do affect me. I do know that. I had a job where everybody was friendly and I was helping people and they were happy that I was helping them. And then I moved into a position in this company where people are not as friendly. I'm more in a customer experience. It's not customer service, but I'm getting people on the phone who aren't necessarily happy with our company. Before they were extremely happy and looking forward to hearing from us, and now they don't want to hear from us necessarily. They're kind of sick of us, or they don't like us for whatever reason. I'm the one who tries to find out, what happened, what went wrong, how my company can do better, and what we can do for these people who were disappointed. So now I'm talking to people who are upset. And I do think I really do think that gets down into us subliminally. I do. I think that does get into the subconscious. Now, did that make me sick? I don't think so. I don't think it made me sick, but it could be affecting my cells. It could be affecting my mind. It could be affecting my thoughts. And I have to be aware of that. I have to battle that. If that's the kind of thing that I'm going to be doing, I'm swimming upstream now. I was swimming with the stream, and now I feel like I'm swimming upstream in that aspect. And I have to be careful when I'm in my off time, what I'm inputting. Am I inputting positive things? Am I inputting affirmations? Am I inputting, friends and family members and people who are uplifting? Or am I inputting a bunch of negativity of the world? So that's important. My off time is very important. So those are all things to think about. Garbage in, garbage out, And again, do I think it made me sick? Not directly, but do I believe that if we supply ourselves with a bunch of garbage all the time, we're going to end up with kind of a garbage outlook? I think so. I do. So I have to be really, really careful in this new position that I'm in, and with friends I have that I talk to, and with people that I'm around, and with my life in general. I have to be always looking at the positives and just letting the negatives be what they are, and not letting them infiltrate, not letting them absorb into me. So anyway, with that, I'm going to stop talking I'm going to get myself a drink, maybe get some warm tea, get over to my desk and start the day. And hopefully I'll be feeling better by the end of the day. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But thanks for listening. I hope you're all having a great day, and I will see you next time.